I didn't want to endanger the lives of my crew and the lives of other Nigerians that we were going to rescue. I was not going to do that.
The situation in Sudan has been incredibly tough and heartbreaking, with the whole world watching as violence and unrest continue to escalate. However, amidst the chaos, many countries have successfully conducted evacuation operations using military aircraft to bring their citizens to safety.
This is really scary for us, the Sudanese people. Friendly countries are evacuating their citizens as well. But what's left for us, the Sudanese people?
It was not an easy operation.
One such operation involved the combined efforts of Air Peace, a Nigerian airline, and the Nigerian Air Force, who worked together to evacuate Nigerian citizens from Sudan. The evacuation involved the use of both civilian and military aircraft, with Air Peace's Boeing 777 landed in Aswan, Egypt, and successfully transporting Nigerians back to safety. The military also played a critical role using a Nigerian Air Force C-130 military transporter aircraft for the operation. The success of this operation is a testament to the combined efforts and the bravery of those involved, despite the risks and challenges. We commend Air Peace and its crew for the extraordinary work they have been doing, stepping forward each time, acting as a big brother and rescuing Nigerians in times of crisis. This time, they put their life on the line. This is unlike any rescue mission they had undertaken. The CEO of Air Peace Airlines speaks on the difficulties involved in this kind of operation and the stereotyping of Nigerians abroad. Also, the first batch of Kenyans have touched down Nairobi Airport on board a military aircraft. Once again, this is a reminder of the vital role that aviation plays in times of crisis in ensuring the safety of people around the world.
It's been a lot of issues from one issue to the other. First of all, we were told that the evacuation would take place some 4 days ago, but that couldn't happen. Today it will be Port Sudan. The next moment is Port Abu Simbel Airport in Egypt. The next time it becomes Aswan Airport. So at all times there's been a lot of confusion out there. The thing is, we were ready to evacuate Nigerians right from the onset. We were ready to deploy our planes. At the time, we were actually ready to deploy about 3 aircraft. But when the confusion set in, it became very, very wise for us to take our time and do it one at a time. And that was what we did. We set out to enter Egypt yesterday. We got to Aswan Airport thinking we'll meet the evacuees, but they were nowhere in sight. It was actually when we got there that the Egyptians started allowing the evacuees to leave their borders. I understand, I'm not blaming them. They would want to make sure their own security, the security of their nation is intact. So we waited out there. Pilots had to go to the airport, to the hotel to sleep until this morning when we got the all clear that they started coming out. Now when they came out, I think the Air Force people said they would like to be boarded first. I told my people to allow them to be boarded first. They are boarded. When APIS was about to take the many ones, we discovered that there were more than the 2 aircraft could carry. And we supplied the seating capacity of these 777, and I'm sure the Air Force people must have also supplied the seating capacity of their own aircraft. So we had about 371 people on ground. APIS was to take 281. The Air Force people were to take a little above 80 or about 90. But I think when the people came on with luggage on their aircraft, they discovered they would not be able to take the number of people they had posited. They would be able to take, because theirs is a smaller aircraft. And the Egyptians decided that both planes would not leave Egypt, leaving about 15 passengers, onboarded. So what I told my captains is this: the Air Force jets could not carry up to the number they posited they will carry because of the load factor, the luggage factor. I said, in that case, let APs carry all the luggage, disembark all the luggage, remove all the luggage from the Air Force jet, put them on AP's cargo belly, because our aircraft could take up to 40 tons. Put everything so that the Air Force people could take in more passengers. You know, every aircraft has a maximum takeoff weight and maximum landing weight. So it was imperative that safety must be observed at all times. So what the Air Force people actually did was to ensure and assure safety, which was good. So I told our captains to get in touch with the Air Force pilots. So we decided to take the passengers, take the luggage from their own aircraft and put in ours. And that was when they were able to take the remaining passengers. I think they took about 80 or thereabout, 80 passengers. We took 281. They reached Nigeria the next few hours. They took off before us, but I think we might arrive before them because this is a 777. And I must use this opportunity to commend our ambassador out there, Ambassador Abarimi. The man has really worked tirelessly for this country. We were there, we were not sleeping. I told him never to go to sleep because we never know what will happen the next moment. Remember, he went to the border. So some other people were supposed to be at this airport. So when this was happening, there were nobody inside. So at that point in time, I was taking charge from here and directing certain things that happened. The truth is, it was not an easy operation because at every point in time, let me tell you this, the Egyptians told us to use Aswan. We filed for Aswan Airport. They came back and said, no, we don't want them to travel 5 hours into Egypt because from the border town to Aswan Airport is about 5 hours. They now changed it to Abu Simbel Airport. Abu Simbel is just about 2 hours out of the border. When we filed our flight plan for Abu Simbel, they came back again and said no, they don't have to come into Egypt at all. We started planning Port Sudan. They said there was a window, but I was worried about, going into Sudan at all. Whether there was a window or there was a protected flight path, it was not going to be. I was not going to do that. I didn't want to endanger the lives of my crew and the lives of other Nigerians that we were going to rescue. So later it was changed again to Aswan, from Aswan again to Abu Simbel. Then we got a report that even Abu Simbel Airport is 21 nautical miles to the Sudanese border, and that a Tunisian plane had been shot at. But I told our pilots, just avoid coming in through anything near Sudan. Go all around, do a longer flight. It doesn't matter. It will cost us more fuel and get into Abu Simbel. But again, the Egyptians cancelled that. So you see, the government officials from the Nigerian embassy in Egypt, I have to excuse them here because when they tell you go to Abu Simbel, they travel there. They go to the border. They will travel there. The next moment is changed to another place. You can only do so much at a time. But I have to exceptionally commend Nigeria's ambassador to Egypt. He has not slept. We have not slept. 2, I have to commend him for a job well done. But what happened this afternoon was a fallout from the confusion caused by also the Egyptian side. And I don't blame the Egyptians also. They need to protect their country because some people might infiltrate into their country using this evacuation. So they have to be sure the people that are allowing to come into their country.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. But I mean, are you struck, Mr. ONYEMA, by how badly Nigerians get treated abroad? I mean, you fly planes all over the world, you go to different countries and so on. I'm wondering whether that is because of the lack of care of the Nigerian government, or just that a lot of Nigerians are irresponsible, or that Nigerians are wrongly stereotyped.
You see, we as Nigerians, we are overly stigmatized. We don't want to know the number of Nigerians in foreign jails for something they knew nothing about. A lot of Nigerian jails. All you need to be condemned is to carry that green passport. All you need to become a villain is to be identified as a Nigerian. You are a suspect even before you are judged. So this is the problem we're having. You can imagine Ethiopia. They were to go through Ethiopia. Ethiopia blocked them, but Ethiopia is making a lot of money out of Nigeria. So everybody is stereotype. Nigerians are very good people. Well, unfortunately, we in Nigeria also, we stigmatize ourselves. When we come back here, we remember that we are Yoruba, we are Hausa, we are Fulani, we are Ijo, we are Ibibio and all that kind of thing. We stereotype ourselves too. It happens down here. So nobody can love you more than yourself. Nigerians will, and this is the reason why I do some of these things. Not because I have money, I'm not richer than anybody, but I love this nation, I love this country. I want this country to be one because I believe in this nation. I believe that this country can be greater than it is. I believe that the 378 ethnic nationalities that made up Nigeria should be a source of strength for this country and not an albatross or a curse of a kind. If only we can get our eyes together and allow this diversity to become our source of strength. No country under the sun will be greater than this nation. This is my motivation for doing this kind of thing.